Okay. So today, I actually was really looking forward to today. Um, Today is kind of a kind of like it's a kind of workout that I do, especially if I want to do like a recovery kind of workout. It's going to be more of like a flow. If you think of how I don't know how like say for example yoga might flow from one position to another into another just repeatedly. That's kind of what we're going to do. What we're going to do with the kettlebell. So we're going to snatch, we're going to press, and we're going to do windmills. And we're going to switch to the other side repeatedly at a nice steady pace for 10 minutes today. But before that, let's do a little bit of warming up. Let's do a little bit of stretching out. So go ahead and grab a stick. We're going to warm up those shoulders. Start out with the one we normally do, at least when I'm coaching. We're going to have that nice wide grip, and we're going to pull this up, rotate it up, and press it up. It's really one of my favorite nice, easy ways to warm up your shoulders. Just gets a really nice range of motion, and it's not too demanding right off the bat. Okay, go ahead and keep that above your head. Give me some overhead squats. Good, and then give me some shoulder pass-throughs. It took 2 days for me to feel Monday's workout. The 150 ball shots. Like on Tuesday, I was like, oh yeah, I don't feel it at all. And then Wednesday, suddenly it's like, oh, butt is sore, legs are tired.
That was a lot of squats.
It was a lot of squats. Go ahead and hold the stick like a sword. Put it behind your elbow. Then your other hand reaches underneath your elbow and pulls that. Get a nice little stretch in that shoulder. You can play around with the angle a little bit. You can move it up and down, side to side. And then switch sides. So again, you're going to hold it like a sword. Put it behind your elbow. Other hand reaches underneath. And then pulls. Ooh. Okay, go ahead and grab your stick like so. You're going to put it into your front wrap position. So it's going to be try as best you can to try and get it to your shoulders. I know it's hard without any actual weight. Try the best you can. And from here, you want to squeeze your belly, squeeze your bum, and just give me some strict presses. Then, notice how in this position your palms are facing forward. Go ahead and switch your grip so your palm is facing back. Almost like you're going to do a chin-up, right? And from here, you're going to do strict presses like so.
Well, that's weird.
I know, right? We're going to need a good range of motion for your shoulder today, because all three motions are going to challenge the shoulder. Snatching, pressing, and windmill. It's going to have a nice big range of motion. You go ahead and put your stick away for now. And we're going to do kind of like a, this one looks kind of like a dance almost, or a dance move, I don't know. So go put your hands out to your side, and your left hand, you're going to point your palm up, and then your right hand, you're going to point your thumb down. So you're kind of getting this twist going here, and then you're just going to twist the opposite way on both sides. And you go back and forth, and it looks, I don't know, kind of like a weird snaky dance or something, but we're just getting a little bit of a big range of motion in your shoulder, just rotating inward and outward without any weight. Give yourself a hug. Up and down. Okay. Go ahead and make like a mummy or a vampire, whatever you want. And from here, if you look at me from the side, I guess, I'm going to keep my belly as tight as I can, and I'm going to try and just kind of rotate my upper back. Another direction. Okay. I'm just going to do some circles with your knees. We're going to get a little bit of rotation in our hips as well with the windmills today. And then you're going to go the opposite direction. The bigger the circle, the better. Kind of old school stretching. Feet together, hands to your knees, and just kind of circle that around a little bit. Other direction. And then the last one we're going to do is, I forget the name of this, but basically, you're going to have your hands open, and you're going to bring them out in front, and then you're going to point your thumbs backwards like so, and really pull your shoulder blades back. So you're kind of like making a cross. You're going to hold this for 3 seconds with your chest really trying to open that up. For 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Then bring your arms forward and down. I'm just going to do that repeatedly. So you open it up. 1, 2, 3. Bring it back down. 1, 2, 3. Open up the chest. Pull the shoulder blades together. 1, 2, 3. Try and make sure your thumbs are pointing backwards. 1, 2, 3. At an in range of motion for your shoulder. 1, 2, 3. A few more of those. That feels pretty good for me. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Good. Oh. Okay. So, before we get into the actual workout, because it's only going to take 10 minutes, and we got a little bit of time, I wanted to grab the stick again and just practice a little bit of the snatch, barbell snatch. So, what I kind of want to practice as best we can, so you can see me the side view. So what I want to practice is attempting to keep the bar close to our body the entire range of motion rather than letting the bar arc out like so in the snatch. So I'll show you kind of the end product, just so we don't hit anything. So as we're setting up, we get position 1, sitting your hips straight down. We sit our hips back to position 2, and then we just bend our knees to position 3. So what I'm really looking for is keeping the bar going straight up as best as we can, rather than, once it meets your hips, rather than having it go out like that. That would be bad, okay? So we're gonna start with a little wider stance. We're gonna do it nice and slow. So we're gonna hit position 1, so sit hips straight down. Then we're gonna sit our hips back until the bar is right above our knees. Then we're just gonna bend our knees a little bit to get it to position 3. And then from here, we're gonna press the rewind button. We're gonna push our knees back to get your knees out of the way. We're gonna shove our hips and knees forward. And then we're going to pretend to jump. And then as the bar is coming up, we keep it close to our body, almost rubbing our belly. And flipping so it ends right above you before you stand back up. Let's do it again that slowly. Okay? So hit position 1, hit position 2, hit position 3, and then nice and slow, push your knees back to get them out of the way. Bar goes straight up, hips come forward, bar is still going straight up. Pretend to jump by coming on your toes, and then keep the bar close. Just like in that warm-up that we did. Flipping it up, keeping it as close as you can, catching it at the bottom and standing it up. Okay, straight from a different angle. One more time that slow, then we're going to speed it up. So you're going to hit position 1, hit position 2, hit position 3, and then you're going to push your knees back, hips come forward, pretend to jump, keep it close, and snatch. Okay, so now we're going to add the actual jump to that. So you can bring your feet in a little bit. Watch me first and watch my feet. Okay, so I'm going to do exactly what we just did. But this time I'm going to let my feet actually jump a little bit and actually move a little bit. So I'm going to come up, and we're going to spread your feet just a little bit and catch. Ready? Hit 1, hit 2, hit 3, and go. Keep it close. And again, I'll show you the side of this. Try to keep the bar as close as you can. Hit 1, hit 2, hit 3, and go. Again. Hit 1, hit 2, 3, and go. One more time. Hit 1, hit 2, hit 3, and go. Good. I really enjoy doing that, even if it's just with a PVC pipe or a broomstick, just to get that range of motion going. Can't wait until I can actually go back to the gym and start lifting some weight. Go ahead and put your stick down. And let's talk about the actual movements for the workout, huh? So, the workout's only 3 moves, and it's only 1 rep each. And then we're going to alternate to the other hand. So that's why it's kind of like a flow. One movement is going to flow into the next. So we're going to snatch from the floor. We're going to do a strict press, and then we're going to do a windmill. Okay? So one thing at a time. Which kettlebell do I want to use? Let's use this one. So we've done tons of snatches by now. This is going to start on the floor, but we're still going to use the backswing. So if you're watching from the side here, the kettlebell is going to be a foot in front of me. I'm going to sit my hips back into that closing the car door position. I'm going to grab the kettlebell, and then because it's a foot out in front of me, when I stand up, it's gonna go straight into my hips, and then my hips are gonna open to snatch the weight up. So it's gonna look like this, into the hips. And that good kettlebell snatch that we got going, okay? So I want it starting out a foot in front of you. Let's go ahead and just do a few of those. Got your kettlebell. Okay. So sit those hips back. It's a foot in front of me. I'm going to start standing up and bring it right into my hips. And my hips are going to pop that up to get it above my head. And then for practice today, bring it back down into the back swing, and then put it on the floor. And then you got to use your other hand. So same deal. Sit those hips back. Grab it into your hips. Hips into the top. Bring it back down to the front. Back swing, floor. Give me just a few more. We all got that? That should be fairly familiar, right? Cool. So after we do a snatch, and the kettlebell is going to be above our head, we are then going to do a strict press. So if you look at me from the front, I'm going to snatch. And then from here, I'm going to bring it back down, and then just bring it back up. I really want to make sure that when you're bringing it down, your elbow is going to be in front like so, and your front neck position is going to be here, not a little bit out, not with your elbow up, certainly not anything like this. Just think of this part of your arm hugging your body, okay? If you really want to, you can even hold it with the other hand, I don't care, okay? And then when you press it back up, keep your elbow pointing as far forward as you can to bring that up with your arm right next to your ear rather than like out here at a weird angle, okay? We all good on that?
Yes.
Pretty simple, right? So we got that snatch, then we're going to do a strict press, and then while it's up there, we're going to do the windmill. So for the windmill, you're going to point your feet away from whatever hand it is. So if it's in your right hand, you point your feet to the left. And I like to have my other hand on my other leg, like this. And I just think of sitting my hip back and letting that other hand creep down my leg until my fingertips touch the floor. And then I stand back up. Show me that. Even with no weight. I don't care if you have weight or not. Just show me that range of motion.
Both of them? What?
Good. And then show me a windmill. Beautiful. That windmill's really good. Excellent. Paul, show me what you got.
So we could plant a palm.
Snatch.
Snatch, press. Up. And then windmill. There you go. That's a good range of motion. And then bring it back up. Excellent. So, that's one side. And then we're just going to put the kettlebell back on the floor and do the other side. So a full, put this at an angle. A full round, I guess you could say, it's going to look like this. I'm going to do a snatch. I'm going to do a press. I'm going to do a windmill. And then you can either bring this down and put it on the floor, or you can go straight from the snatch to the backswing if you want. But once it's on the floor, I start again with the other hand. So then the other hand's going to pick it up. I'm going to snatch. I'm going to press. I'm going to windmill. So that would be a full round. Sound good? Repeatedly, at a steady pace for 10 minutes. I'm not hearing your problems. All right.
So once you do it on one side, you do the snatch, the press, the windmill. How
Yep,
do you switch hands without letting it down? Can you just?
You do let it down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So literally, it's like this: snatch, press, windmill, and then put it down. A foot in front of me, just like we started, and switch hands. Snatch, press,
Right.
and windmill. Put it down, switch hands. Repeatedly. All good? Yes. Awesome. I need a timer. So let me get a timer going. 10-minute MRAP timer.
Jackie, do you have your claw thing?
Okay. Here we go. Are you ready?
Well, I'm ready. We'll round it with a shot.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Two minutes down already. Three minutes down. Oh, forgot what I was doing. think the cat wants to work out. We're past the halfway point. 4.5 minutes left. Three minutes left. Less than 2 minutes left. Less than a minute left. Twenty seconds. Three, two, one, and done. So see what I mean about that being just kind of like a flow recovery kind of workout? Yeah, motion, nothing's dying. Really opens up those shoulders, and a great workout for shoulder stability. Having to work through that big range of motion. So, after doing that, take a few deep breaths. And let's stretch out our shoulders. And we're going to stretch out our legs a little bit too, just because mine feel a little bit stiff. But we're going to start out on the floor. We're going to point our palms in back of us. I'm sorry, fingers pointing in back of us like this. On both sides. Really pull your shoulder blades together. And then after that, you're going to just scooch your hips forward and take some deep breaths. Again, focusing on pulling, retracting your shoulder blades, pulling them together. If this is uncomfortable for your elbows, just bend your elbows, no big deal. I use my breath to get a little bit better stretch here. You can even scoot your bum a little bit farther forward too. But when I breathe in, I feel a bigger stretch in my chest. And then nice and easy, bring it in. Oh, I don't know if you can hear Angelina in the background. She's swearing a lot in the kitchen. I don't know what's going on in there. Go ahead and bring one leg out like so. The other knee can be bent like this. Traditional hamstring stretch. You're gonna, if you can, point your toe up like this, and you're going to try and reach for that as best you can. If you can't reach your toe, that's fine. Just grab part of your leg or your ankle, and you're just going to exhale and pull down. Again, like I say, whenever we do any kind of stretch, don't try and force it past where it wants to go. Just get to an end range of motion, nice and relaxed. Stretching should be a little bit relaxed. As far as most of the literature will tell you not to say pulse or bounce like so. Most of the literature says keep it static, keep it on one level and just kind of hang out there. That being said, there's a lot of anecdotal evidence that may show otherwise. All kinds of martial arts and sports, go ahead and switch sides, that do a whole lot of dynamic stretching and a whole lot of bouncing like so, that will get you there. Kind of the conclusion that I've come to it after looking into it a little bit and spending 10 years doing martial arts and doing both, is that both will work. And you're challenging your range of motion doing both static and dynamic stretching. I tend to do less static stretching now than I used to. And if you do static stretching, keep it to short duration. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna switch legs again. This time I'm gonna lean back on my elbow like so, and I'm gonna grab my leg like this, and I'm just gonna pull this leg back. And as I'm pulling it, that same foot, I'm gonna push against my hand to get a much better range of motion in the hip. If I just stretch, if I just pull with my hand, my knee actually stays more forward. You can see that here. But when I push my foot against my hand, like this, see how the hip opens up more? That's what I'm looking for. We'll go ahead and switch sides. So I'm just gonna lean the other side, grab the butt, pull, and then push. And relax. And the last thing I'm gonna do, I'm going to cross my legs, take a deep breath in, and when I exhale, I'm just gonna try and get my elbows down and let my head relax. If this is fine, you can even walk your hands out forward. Is that the thing? Yep. And then I'm gonna walk my hands off to one side. Don't force anything, just let it be nice and relaxed. Go to the other side. Bring it back to the center. Walk it back up. That's all I got for you guys today. Isn't that nice and relaxing? Don't you guys feel good? Yeah, I feel pretty good. I like workouts like that. All right. Tomorrow's going to be, what is tomorrow? Tomorrow's going to be a good one. Oh, yes, tomorrow's going to be a good one. I remember what it is. Super good one. Definitely don't miss it.
You say that every day. That's going to be a good one. It'll be fun.
It's going to be, it's going to be short rounds. It's going to be great.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Joe.
See you later. Have a good supper.
Bye.
Bye.